Hi, it's Sara Levin, the Artful Inker here, and today I'm going to show you how to create this cute file box that I had on my blog the other day, and it holds 4 to 6 cards in their envelopes, depending on the amount of embellishing that you do. Great for gift giving. So let's get started. First, you're going to need a 12 by 12 piece of paper, cardstock. In this case, I am using Pear Pizzazz, and you're going to need your Stampin' Trimmer. And the first thing that I need to do is pull the arm out on my trimmer and then slide the cardstock in to the 9-inch mark, and we're going to cut. This piece is excess and we're not going to use it. Okay, then we're going to go right to scoring. And you're going to move this over to the 3 3/4 mark, and the lighter button here is the scoring, and then you're going to move to 5 1/4 and score, and then we will flip this 90 degrees, and you're going to score first at the 2-inch mark, and then at 6 1/2, and the 6 1/2 mark is right in the middle here, the one line where your arm swings out. Okay, now we're going to turn this 90 degrees, line the edge up at 1 3/4, and you're going to score between the 6 1/2 and 2-inch score lines. Okay, so just from one line to the other, like so. Okay, and then to make this easy, we're going to flip it 180 and line this up at the 1 3/4 mark again. Make sure I'm straight all the way down, and again between the 2-inch and 6 1/2-inch score lines. Line this right up on the score line and come down to the other score line, and done. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Put the arm in. Now we're going to do some cutting, and we want to cut. There are 4 outside score lines, and we're going to cut those right up to this center channel. So here's 1, okay, and 2, and over here, and each time right up to the center line, and here's the last one. Okay, so you get a small section at the bottom, a little larger section in the middle with 5 scored sections, and then this larger section at the top, and it has 3 scored sections. So we need to fold all of the score lines. Okay. And again, just folding all of the score lines. And our last fold. Now, you need your adhesive. Oh, sorry, I forgot there's one last cut before we go to adhesive. Okay, so now we need to add some score marks for some additional cutting. So you're going to take this large section and line the edge of it up at the 1 3/4 mark. And then you're just going to put a little bump in the paper there. I don't know if you can see this mark here. Okay, and do the same thing. You're going to turn it over, line this edge up at 1 3/4, and add just a little bump. Now we're going to go to the top of the paper. Okay, and you want to come in to 2.5 right here, and again you're just going to add a little bump. Okay, and then let me move my trimmer up because we're going to have to flip this and work at the bottom of the trimmer for the other panel. And we're going to come in again to 2.5, bring my scoring blade down and give this a little bump. Now we're going to cut on the diagonal, and what you want to do is line this top bump and the bump here on the side up in the channel. And the trick for me is going to be able to see this with the additional lights that I have on for shooting the video. And then you're just going to cut along that diagonal. Okay, so let's flip this over. Here's one bump in the channel, and we just need to rotate and get the bottom bump in the channel. And then we're going to connect the dots with the blade. Again, those are excess pieces. Now we are truly done with the trimmer, and it's time to add some adhesive. So we're going to start with adding adhesive to the back of these two small panels. I'm using Fast Fuse. Give it a pull and then a check mark. And again this panel and a check mark, just a light pull. Now the trick here is you're going to flip this over and not attach it to anything, so you've got to watch that your glue adhesive is not touching anything. Okay, and we want to add adhesive to this panel as well, check mark, and to this panel, and a pull and a check mark. Okay, so now we're going to start folding, and we need to be sure that we're squaring this as we fold it. Okay, so we have this piece, and we're going to come up. I've got this right in the score line, and we're going to match this, and then pull this piece over the top and burnish the whole bit together. Okay, same thing here. You're going to put that in the score line, pull this piece up, make sure your bottom, oops, sorry, let me turn this, maybe you can see a little bit better. Make sure your bottom is matching the edge here of the piece, and then carefully tuck this in and give it a burnish. Okay, and then we just need to add adhesive. I like to add it here, part way across. So we're going to add, let's do it here. I should have done that before I folded, to here, and check, and here, and check, and then we'll bring these pieces up, and again you're going to make sure that you're lined up all the way across here, and give it a burnish, and here, and give it a burnish. Now let's take a look at the completed project for just a minute and talk about the decorative panels here. For your cardstock layer, it's going to measure 1 3/4 by 4 1/4, and the designer paper is 1 1/2 by 4, and then we've decorated the front as well, and that's 1 3/4 by 1 1/4 for the cardstock layer, and the designer paper layer is 1 1/2 by 1. Easy, easy, makes a nice looking gift. So now all you need to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then click the link in the upper left of the video, and you can go to my blog and my store. Thanks for stopping by theartfulinker.com and watching my file box video. Have a great day.